Welcome to the Audi Quattro Winter Games New Zealand. This is the Southern Hemisphere's largest snow sports competition, and over the next 2 weeks, almost 1,000 of the best freestyle, freeride, alpine and ice athletes in the world will compete here in New Zealand. We've already seen our FIS Junior World Championships event get off to a flying start with the big air competition at Cardrona, and now our attention shifts to the alpine disciplines. Today we're at Coronet Peak, just outside Queenstown, for the second of our giant slalom races. Known as the adventure capital of the world, Queenstown delivers year-round entertainment. In the winter, we see the arrival of some of the best alpine ski racing teams in the world. The combination of snow conditions and world-class facilities providing the opportunity to train year-round and participate in some competitive racing ahead of the busy Northern Hemisphere World and Europa Cup schedule. Coronet Peak is our host venue for the alpine racing schedule here at the Audi Quattro Winter Games, and this is race 2 of our Alpine Giant Slalom events. The snow condition is good, but today's light conditions are presenting a particular challenge to the competing skiers.
Visibility is a little harder than yesterday. The course itself, overall, it's been great.
I think it's fun to ski. It's definitely a little bit flat light today, and it's not easy to see the bumps and things.
Oh, this is huge. This is our biggest race series that we hold in the Southern Hemisphere. It's not going to be a fast GS, it's going to be quite a hard-working technical GS. It's been a really fair race for everyone with the hard conditions, and that's what we want, and for racing it's perfect.
Young New Zealand female skiers Alice Robinson and Piera Hudson posted respectable times in their first runs to make the top 30.
Definitely wasn't as good the first run as I had yesterday. I was a bit too many mistakes and a bit all over the place and wasn't as clean.
It's pretty flat line, pretty bumpy. I didn't ski my best at all. I had some good sections, but I didn't ski the bottom well, and I definitely lost some time down there.
Conditions for run 1 of the men's race were more or less unchanged, with the flat light throwing off some of the best young skis in the world. The yellow bib for current ANC Cup champion did not appear to weigh too heavily on the shoulders of Belgium skier Sam Mays. The 20-year-old was pipped to second place yesterday by Andreas Zampa on the same venue, but Zampa did not handle the course and conditions as well in race 2, and it is Sam Mays who posted the fastest time in run 1, setting up an intriguing contest between yesterday's winner and runner-up.
Yeah, it's really good today. It's a bit harder than yesterday, and the course set was a bit more turnier. Just unlucky I did a small mistake before the end corner, and that cost me the distance from the leader at the moment.
Last year I came here, trained with the New Zealand team. I improved a lot on my technique. I started training with a new coach. I've seen the results over the last few years, and the last 2 years it were just like all the World Cup teams, Austria, Swiss, Sweden, they've all been here, and the competition is just like, especially here at the Winter Games, it's like a real Europa Cup, like a real Continental Cup, and that's what really good actually, because you can see where you're at.
For the second run, and the woman, it's super tight. Everyone's super tight in the woman, so it's anyone's game. Karen Trooper from Austria is right in there. Lena Dura from Germany is right in there, and of course Alice is right behind them. So women's going to be super exciting. It's anyone's for the taking. Men, Sam Mays from Belgium's way up in front, and the pack's right behind him. So if he makes a mistake, I'm sure guys will pounce, but he's just skiing amazingly well. So in between runs there'll be a complete reset, new track. The field gets to inspect the course for the second run, and then women will run first, then men will run. Hopefully the fog will lift. It looks like it's kind of burning off now, so hopefully the second run will be back in the sunshine.
So here we are at Coronet Peak at the Audi Quattro Winter Games New Zealand Giant Slalom, and we'll pick up the action in the second run, starting with the ladies. Top 30 go in reverse order, and first up we will be looking at bib number 15, Lara Zurcher of Switzerland, the 22-year-old on course. Oh, and you can see the mist has come back in, really making it difficult for these skiers. And Lara setting up nice and high and early on every turn on this steep section. It really is quite bumpy and juddery. Hard to keep the skis smooth and in good snow contact. A little mistake there. Really working as she comes down to the bottom of the steep pitch. And now you've got rollers and changes in undulation all the way to the finish. Just when the legs are burning, you've got to try and get into the tuck and carry it right to the end. This is good skiing. And that is into first for the moment by 0.3 of a second. So a good run by Lara Zurcher of Switzerland, and she looks pretty pleased with that. And next up, we've got the local girl from Wanaka, Piera Hudson, the New Zealand slalom and giant slalom champion. And that's a good, powerful start. Looks like she means business here. Really good to get a big result on home snow, and really super for her to have a competition of this level in her backyard. And she really is going for this. This is good, aggressive but controlled skiing. Smooth on the edges. Oh, and a bit wide there. Well, if you're going to make a mistake, the steep middle section is probably where you want to do it, because you'll lose less time than down on the flat section. So the question is, has she managed to carry enough speed, and can she work over these undulations down into the finish and perhaps take first place? It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. A good tuck, lets the skis run, and she's across the line. And yes, that is good enough for first by 0.4 of a second. Well, what a run. Couple of mistakes, but good aggression, and really charged that one. So, back to the top. And in the start gate, in bib number 6, we have Nija Dvornik from Slovenia. Just 17 years old. A very good first run. 6th place in the first run, sets herself up with a real chance to do something here. Onto the steep, little mistake. She looks to be getting bounced about. The skis juddering on this hard-packed snow and the ice. Just not flowing quite as nicely as one or two of the other skiers that we've seen come down. But working hard. Now she's got to let it flow. Smooth. Soft on the edges, into the tuck. Down across the finish line. Oh, a good run, but slips into second, just behind Piera. Well, exciting stuff in this second run. And we still have 3 skiers to come. Next up, Lena Dürr from Germany. A bit of a veteran, 27 years old now, and a really top slalom skier, regularly in the top 20 in World Cup. The visibility looks slightly better in the middle and lower part of the course now, and that will only help the last 3 skiers. And as I say that, it looks as if another little bit of cloud and mist has come across the lower section as she comes off the steep. So the changing light, really difficult to judge. The conditions have been challenging today. This is a pretty good run. Smooth, good tuck across the line. And that is the second fastest time on this second run and puts her into second overall with 2 skiers to come. Next up, in bib number 10, Marnia Gasain Esa Daniel from Poland. A good, powerful start. Sets up straight into good, strong technical skiing. And now holding the tuck position across the little flat at the top. And straight back into a more dynamic technique on the difficult steep pitch. Trying to stay smooth and high and early in every turn. Really having to work. This section is very demanding. The skier's getting bounced around. Now, a chance to be as direct as possible into the tuck. Take it down across the finish. And that's a very impressive run. Into first place by just 0.03 of a second. So we knew it was going to be tight. It's very tight. 0.03 in it between first and second at the moment, with just 1 skier to come. Now that skier is Katharina Troop of Austria, the 22-year-old, ranked 16th in the world in slalom, and a very handy GS skier as well. She's got 0.4 seconds advantage from the first run, and quite frankly, if she puts down a good technical run, I can't see her doing anything but winning. A little mistake there, so she's not holding back. She's going for this. Really poised, nice balance over the middle of the skis. This is world-class giant slalom skiing that we're seeing here at Coronet Peak. Oh, and another little judder. But I think she's carrying her speed. She's always so direct, lets the skis run. So good to see so many world-class skiers competing here in New Zealand. And that is a very impressive run. It's the fastest time on the second run, and good enough, of course, for first place overall by nearly 1 second. So Katharina Troop of Austria takes the gold medal. Final results for the ladies' giant slalom, and it was Katharina Troop of Austria taking gold in first place in front of Marina Gasain Daniel of Poland, and in the bronze position, Lena Dürr of Germany. So next up, we will have the best of the action from the men's second run. They also go in reverse order for the top 30. In the gate, wearing bib 14, Andreas Zampa of Slovakia, one of 2 very talented brothers who ski on the World Cup series. 18th after the first run, and it looks like he means business here. That's a powerful start. Really dynamic and aggressive down the first little steep pitch, carrying good speed as it flattens out. And then right away, you've got to get back on it into the middle of the skis. Well, he's really going for this. This is a charge. You can hear how icy it is. The skis clattering around. Oh, a little in the back seat, and yep, a bad mistake. In the back seat, banked onto the inside ski, and he is out. So disappointment for Andreas, and no finish in the giant slalom here today. So next up, bib 26, Michael Matt of Austria on course. 25 years old now, and currently ranked 4th in the world in slalom. And he's a very talented technical skier. Won one of the most difficult World Cup slaloms of all in Kranjska Gora back in 2017. Just great to have these world-class skiers here. But this course is a test even for them. The light has improved, but of course the blue dye, as I mentioned before, helps the skiers with the visibility. And you really need it on this course. Rollers and undulations all the way down, but he is across the line with the fastest time so far on the second run, and that puts him into first position. Next up, 9th in the first run, Matias Renglund of Sweden. Another aggressive start. These guys really are charging. Matias is the Swedish giant slalom champion, and at 24 years old, he's got a bit of World Cup experience behind him. This is nice, smooth skiing, quiet upper body. He looks as if he's really letting the skis run. Often it's not the most wild and aggressive looking skiers that carry the speed. It's about being smooth and quiet on the edges. Trying to get into the aerodynamic tuck position whenever he can, and this looks good to me. Now that's fast, 59.16. And that's first overall, and I think it's going to take some beating. So 6 skiers to go, and next up in bib 5, Cemil of Switzerland. And he's on course. Working hard right from the start. The Swiss and the Austrians, of course, just love their alpine skiing. And they have such talent and such depth in their squads. Pretty neat skiing down this difficult midsection. Oh, and a little error there. Well, he really is getting bounced around, but controlling the skis, trying to minimize any loss of speed. Again, down across the finish in what looks like a pretty good run. Well, it's only good enough for second, and I'm not surprised because Matias Renglund of Sweden really put down a cracking run. Next up, from Switzerland, Mark Rochat. Bib 16, 26 years old, and another very talented Swiss skier, ranked 28th in the world in slalom. And he's had plenty of podiums in international races. So, what can he do? Really nicely balanced in the middle of the skis, driving the speed from turn to turn. The legs working so nicely under the quiet upper body. This is another display of world-class skiing. And although there are one or two little mistakes, he's carrying good speed down across the finish. Oh, into second by just 0.15 of a second. So this men's GS is proving extremely tight. Very competitive skiing, which is great to see. And we have just 3 skiers to go. Matthias Graf of Austria, the 22-year-old. Bib 10, third after the first run. And he doesn't look as if he's holding anything back.
No, I don't know the name.
This is serious racing. Just great to see this level of skiing here at Coronet Peak at the Audi Quattro Winter Games New Zealand. Again, Matias just smooth on the edges, driving the skis, trying to keep the upper body and the arms as quiet as possible. Now looking for the tuck. Drives to the finish. Oh, it's close again. He's into first place by 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second between first and second. But Mathias of Sweden still has that fastest time on the second run. What a display of giant slalom skiing. Straight back to the top. Christian Borgnas of Austria, bib 11. 22 years of age. Breaking his way into the Austrian World Cup squad.
Oh, okay. I've heard that one.
Quick feet, dynamic. The Austrians are so good in all alpine disciplines, but the technical ability of their slalom and giant slalom squads is really something to behold. Every year they have so many guys in the top 20 in World Cup. Into the tuck. Through the last couple of gates. Oh, well, there must have been a few mistakes because he slipped back to fourth. So, out of the medals, and a bit of disappointment for Christian Borgnas of Austria, with just one skier to come. Sam Mays of Belgium. Now, Sam actually lives in Zell am See in Austria, and he is a fantastic talent. He's carrying 0.5 of a second advantage from the first run, but it's not his style to hold back. And this is a charge. He wants to win it and win it in style. Superb giant slalom technique, high and early in every turn. When he makes little mistakes, he lets it go. He just keeps the skis running, and that's a good example of it. He clipped that blue gate hard, but just kept the skis going, drove through it, such strength. Well, he certainly didn't hold back. Oh, second fastest on the second run, but that is good enough. First place overall. And Sam will be delighted with that victory. A quality field, a very good competition, and that is a good victory for Sam Mays from Belgium.
Congratulations, Sam Mays, first place. Mathias, second.
Thank you.
Mathias, second.
And in the men's giant slalom, it was the very impressive Sam Mays of Belgium taking first place and gold from Matias Graf of Austria. And in third place with the bronze medal, Matias Renglund from Sweden with an excellent second run. So the medal ceremony for the Audi Quattro Winter Games New Zealand Ladies Giant Slalom. And it was Katrina Troop of Austria who took the gold. And just at the right of her picture there, we've got Piera Hudson. And she's on the podium because she was the overall winner of the Australia-New Zealand Cup Series.
Yes, I'm the fifth time here in the summer, and it was really cool to race here because you have a good feeling to come and get in this new season, and for the beginning it's a really, really nice feeling to have a win.
I mean, it's been an amazing day. I think my skiing was really good, the snow was perfect, and yeah, I mean, of course it means a lot, but still a long way to go, and gotta improve my skiing.